What up, studs? Big day tomorrow. We'll see what's going on. I want to do a quick little watch list because we've got NVDA earnings coming out right now, like last couple hours. And tomorrow is the last day of turkey crack before actual Thanksgiving. If you hear a bunch of stuff in the background, I'm in mom's house. Don't worry about it. You know how it goes. But we had a rest day in the markets. All things considered, how overbought we were, I'd actually consider it probably pretty bullish. We're holding this old breakout spot, and that's all you can really ask for. When you get such a run like this, to have an inside day where you get like this big range day and then you get an inside day, I think that's actually a great digestion day. The big thing that's going to happen for us is we're going to have to monitor is how's the old NVIDIA hold up. You can see her down about 12 points right now. Not much of a reaction, I'd say. You've got this kind of base that's holding up. If this tanks tomorrow, hey, all bets are off. Maybe the market will start to digest for a longer period of time. We don't necessarily know yet, right? Just one day is just one day. We'll see how this reacts. I have noticed, and I think this is important when we're looking at this. Yes, it's down 12 points. Oh, my God, right? Yes, it's down 2%. Oh, my God. But if we look and just kind of take a look and gather how some of these other ones have gapped down big on earnings, you can see here, AMAT was 158, right? Next day you're at 142, and then you get a rebound. And we've been seeing this a lot. See the ZM today? You're at 66, gapped down to 61.75, big damn rebound. We saw this all over. Look at this Pan W, all right? Pan W hit the shitter a couple days ago. You got down to 234, and then it broke the high, right? Or it's right at there. And so I wouldn't worry too much yet about, oh my gosh, NVIDIA's down 2%. Is this going to tank the market or not? What we have seen is that these gap downs have been getting bought up. Maybe not tomorrow. So, if NVIDIA's down 20 points, don't necessarily step in front of it. But what I'm saying is it might not be necessarily the end of the market. It's just a day, right? So far, the market has been super bullish, and we've got to respect that. If we look at all different kind of metrics in terms of market breadth, for example, what you can see here is, right, look at the number of breakouts, 1,000, 2,000, market breadth in the T2108 has been really going. It went from oversold to almost overbought in a handful of weeks. So, yes, the market is overbought. Yes, the market needs to pull back, all this kind of stuff. But we don't really see any signs of this yet, especially with just a little bit of an inside day today. I think that, all systems are still a go. We want to be taking bullish setups. We always keep a couple shorts in our back pocket, but I don't think that we'd have to step in front of it hugely tomorrow. So let's take a look at the watch list. I think there's going to be a couple good names. I want to just put out a couple here because it's a short week, and I know we've got to go out and party, and I think, in terms of stocks, not party in general. But let's take a look. I got a couple setups that I think are ready to go. So we got a 50 spot here on W. You've got boom, 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 boom. If this breaks over 50, this is off to the races. Look, W, every time the market goes, W is always the one that leads the way. Not like a market leader, but because it's so low float and it's so speculative, it tends to lead the way. I want to be a part of this name. This is what we call a W pattern, right? And when you see a W like that, right, triple gun salute, that's a powerful thing. Alert at the 50 spot. If we get there, we party. We had an inside day on this today. Not much action, but a lot of small caps were really weak today, and that's something we got to keep an eye on too, right? You saw some of these CVNA types really get dusted. So something just to keep in the back of your head. In terms of some other setups here, I've got a 73 breakout. I think that's coming in Etsy. If it shows it, I want to be in before that, right? You don't want to wait till the end. You're not trying to be the president of the Confirmation Society, right? You just want to come in and do the Lord's work properly. I think that's got a good spot. You've got FL. This thing goes back about a year and some change. This level here is going to be really important. I think we're talking about 23.50. Always in line on multiple time frames. I think this thing is got a spot. Look, it's not sexy. It's Foot Locker, right? Nobody's been to Foot Locker since 1992. But let me tell you something as somebody who lived at the malls in 1992. It was the hot spot. Let's go with it. It's more of a trender grinder, meaning you're not going to get NPCs like big candles out of nowhere like you would in some of the tech names and stuff like that. It's a trender grinder. If you catch the trend on it, it can rip for $1 or $2, but it's going to do it slow. So just be mindful what type of trader you are. Older firm, everybody and their uncle and their mothers and their grandmothers are watching this thing. You've got a flag pattern developing, 9 EMA, curls for the girls coming under it. Ideally on this one, I actually think like it's got a big base here. Ideally on this one, I think you actually want to break this thing under and do a shakeout pattern and then let it rip back. I think that would actually work because you see all these, people right now, like especially with all these degenerate options traders running around and stuff like that. They buy the calls and they're sitting on them in these flags. And the easiest way for these things to break is they usually just dump it, all the line drawers shit in their pants, and then they sell probably right here, and then it goes. And so just be mindful. I think there's a location here, but ideally I want this thing to dump off tomorrow. Break under 24, a show and go. And dude, we're ready to party. Add this Roku to the watch list. It needs about 2 more days to let the 9 EMA catch up, but look at this bad boy. You got 1 test, 2 tests, 3 tests. Couple more days of marination, a little marination station, right? You got a hibachi grill just brewing over here, 96 spot. Man, if it gets over that, you got 139 million share flow. But look at all the room you've got here, right? This is the type of pattern you want. Like, where's the resistance? The thing is, it's just going to go where it needs to go. There's really no levels of supply on top. Anybody that says there is, they're just making it up, right? It's just like, hey, I draw some lines to make myself look smart, but there's no level of supply on top. Let's keep an eye on this. I think this one's got short squeeze potential too. It needs probably about 2 more days, 3 more days, right? 1 day, 2 day, kind of back and fill this area. If you take up this 14, I think you're going to be really pretty happy with this one. This is more of a swing trade, but look at all the liquidity that's been pouring into this thing. If you look at the hourly chart here, right, you got a nice sweet spot developing here. It's got squeeze potential. Not a big ATR stock, right? Only 70 cents, so you can't really day trade it. I mean, you could, but what are you going to get? Like, if you're playing in the meat of the moon, you're going to get 30 cents, 40 cents, right? I think the play is like kind of back and fill this thing out and then probably swing it, and you're going to be pretty good, right? I love this one. Look at the location of where this closed, right? So coin had this dip down at the open, 5 points, used up its ATR. There's an ATR reversal. Now you're coming in. I think this is one of those plays that might go. Even the first candle tomorrow, you got an inside day, right? It's a big range, inside day after that. You just had news out that the Binance CEO is getting dusted, paying $4 billion fines, and he's not going to be the CEO anymore. Right now, obviously, he's probably got all sorts of chatters and Bitcoins Ponzi'd away in secret islands, but I think that's probably pretty bullish for Coinbase. Like, where in the U.S. can you trade these turds now? So I think Coinbase is ready to party too. And then, dude, we had a nice reversal. I love these. Bad earnings, supposedly. Reversal. Dude, this is like ready to party. I love these kind of like shake and bakes where it's like it gaps down, everybody's shortened, and they reverse on people. I think that's a good spot right there. Snow's at a level. This could go probably tomorrow if the market holds up. You're talking about 168 if we're looking at the hourly chart. Bam. And then I got one more here. This is a beauty. You got old Chewy here. I got this from the old Sunrise Trader on the Twitter. There's tap, 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 tap. 2146. This thing breaks out. We're coming in hot. Now, look, we got a weird week. There is no turkey crack. Not really that many. There was a couple small caps brewing today, but not like the old days, right, where you're percolating in your pants all day. If you even have to take a piss like you're nervous, you're going to miss something. It's not really like that anymore. Maybe next year, but we still got some good setups. So let's get this thing going. Watch this 2150. Trade well tomorrow. Show and go.